This man, you know, it's not for any of this. If we wanted money, is it they that will have money more than sitting governments? So we are doing this out of conviction, okay? So they will bring an audit report regularly to INEC about the funding.
We need to hurry on. Some editors have to go back to work. Please make
where it was also indicated that there shall not be independent campaign groups.
Yeah.
Everything should be choosing one. Now, if you check commentaries, it slides to the point as if people are suggesting some kind of rift. But my question is, to what extent do you discuss these issues with your candidates and key leaders? Because I felt that these are things you can discuss with them without necessarily committing it to a press statement. Suggests that maybe it's gone beyond the party work. To what extent do you engage with them on these issues before they get public?
Let me take that, Chairman. At the second NEC meeting, His Excellency Peter Obi was there when we took the resolutions on party supremacy. And let me make it clear, this party was not formed to be a one-man show or a special purpose vehicle for me or for anybody. Otherwise, we could have joined any of the other parties. We won't keep listening to, we want to build an institution for generations yet to come. The starting may be imperfect, but we want to get it right. All of us working together. At the second NEC, His Excellency Peter Obi was there when this motion on party supremacy was moved by Senator Ovie Omoagege, seconded by Victor Ome, and it was put to vote and passed. Party supremacy in two key areas. One, that every elected officer of this party must implement the programs and policies not according to his or her whims and caprices, but programs and policies of this party that will be analyzed, discussed, debated, and agreed. So whether in National Assembly, everywhere, we want to build an institution in this country. We may not get it in one year or 2 years, but that's our vision. So we say government policies and programs must align with the parties. And a team is fine-tuning certain things, which we will present to the public. Now, the second element is that appointments and nominations will be done with consensus of the party and stakeholders at all levels. We don't want somebody to win and run a one-man show, for example, which is why people work hard, put a government. The same people who put the government will form a coalition and register a party. That has been our so we want to correct it. And we all, including Peter Obi and everyone, agree that that's the way to go. And we passed it. Part of that means that support groups and NGOs, let's make it clear, they are very important instruments of mobilization of the party and even of our candidates. And we respect their work. But you see, they have to come, they cannot be a parallel party. And if you are thinking along the lines we are thinking, that's how you will also conclude. We are not regulating what they do, but they cannot be a parallel party. The way to do it is to integrate them in the campaign systems and the party systems in their various states and local governments and wards where they exist. I've already received, before now, the Obidient group, for example, all their coordinators. And we have the party chairman has directed that all of their coordinators should be integrated to the parties. And that's the way to do it. So no group. And it's not targeted at anyone. You talked about friction. There's no friction. This is about principle. It's about policy. Yes, we are doing things slightly differently. So people may misunderstand. But the aim is the same. The aim is the same. They continue to exist. They continue to support. They continue to strengthen the party at the grassroots. But they have to be integrated into the party systems. Campaign system set up, they will be there. Obedience will be there, Kwankwansia will be there. Under the party's campaign system, not operating out of it as if it's a parallel organization. That's what we mean. That's what we mean. So it's not aimed at reducing anyone. It's aimed at building a system, a structure that will outlive us. Even the issues about financial accountability. Why we direct that every donation should go into the party's designated account is so that it can be audited. And INEC by law has the powers to audit it. When necessary, we'll even tell the public. And that's the way it will go. So that people who are donating to support the public will know that NDC money will not be spent by the chairman or national leader or secretary to chop and buy cars and buy houses. I was in parties. We raised from party sales of from billions, but before you know, no money again. We don't want NDC to follow that road. So people should bear with us. These are systems we are creating. May bring temporary this thing, you may misunderstand, but please, even when you misunderstand, please ask for clarification. Because if you are in NDC or supporting the candidate, we are working for the same purpose.
Brief question.
Yeah.
About 2-3 months ago, leaders of various opposition parties met in Ibadan. I'm not sure NDC was there, but there was this declaration widely publicized that all the opposition parties will work together and present one candidate in next year's election to stand against APC, which made sense to me because in my village we say that killing a cobra requires bringing the whole community together where the stakes. So whatever happens to that, is NDC ready at some stage as part of an opposition compromise, possibly to adopt one presidential candidate? Thank you.
Well, first to clear you, NDC was represented at the Ibadan meeting.
Yeah.
The working committee had I think they had a serious assignment here. So they were preparing for primaries. So they could not, was it primaries? No, Congress. So they couldn't go, but a representation was sent and a formal letter was sent. And the NDC flag, the only flag that symbolizes victory, Nasara, we were there, it flew there. As to the need, this is about consensus building. You can't rule in or rule out anything. But now we have presidential candidate and running mate. And those are conversations that will involve every strata of leadership. And when we get to that bridge, we'll know how to cross it. But we are open to all kinds of arrangement, believing that it will lead to an adoption of the NDC.
Who are not crooks or playboys,
Yeah.
who deserve to be in the House of Reps or in the Senate or to be governors or whatever. And where's the money going to come from? Because all these random donations from little people like me and Sumner, who cannot give much, the spirit is willing but the flesh is weak. Where is the money going to come from? And are you discreetly receiving any corporate donations from big companies? I actually know a big man, a very big man in the corporate sphere in Lagos. He's actually Yoruba. And he told me that his pit will be all the way, right? And that he will be ready to donate. But this is very unusual. And I'm just wondering whether you're getting any serious support from serious money bags. You know, the people who give billions to parties. Are you getting any support behind the scenes from people who are tired of this country being a mess and want it to be better?
Thank you. We want all Nigerians who are tired of this country being a mess to donate and contribute to the NDC by way of funding and by support. There are certain levels of donation that the candidates have to be part of it to drive. And a number of those conversations may not be public. For now, we are well received. and our members are making contributions. Our members. At some point, we'll also make a plea to the public. And you know, talking about donations, even in older democracies, you know, it is these small donations that make a difference, really. Everybody donating, a taxi driver donating $10, $20, a doctor donating $200. Those are the donations that propel change. Even Donald Trump, current president of the US, even as a billionaire, didn't fund his election. Even the laws will not even allow it. You know, and you know, in the last presidential race, Kamala Harris even she raised more money than Donald Trump.
Yes.
So that culture in Africa currently is absent. And we need to encourage it. Because that's the sort of behavior that enables parties, not just parties, even candidates, good, solid candidates with great vision and ideas to run for public office, knowing that these small donations can help them. We don't have a law on that yet, but there's a limit to donations in the Electoral Act. But I think for key big donations, presidential candidate, running mate, and the party leadership can do that, and it may not be public.
Please. Regarding money, but I've gotten a lot of received invoices from people that said they made donations, but I don't want to go there because we've already clarified on that. But the question I have is, did the leadership of NDC consider the personal interest of the state leaders, or the stakeholders like they call, their personal interest in giving them the autonomous control over the consensus building? Because, I mean, I've heard a lot, you know, I'm from India, and I know how people said some of those leaders they were forcing them, you know. So I think they are part of the problem. So maybe, I don't know if you could consider this and what you are doing to make sure it's well handled.
Well, you have to work in the circumstances we found when we started this party, and with these leaders, eminent leaders in their own rights, being trusted by the presidential candidates from Southeast. We were comfortable in relying on them, and we still are. We work with them to achieve reconciliation. But in some places, it was as funny as not just state officials, party officials. Even aspirants were collecting money from other aspirants. Aspirants were duping other aspirants. So that is. So it's not just about us. It's not even about stakeholders. It was a process that somehow, because of this direct voting thing, people took advantage of and created some situation.
New sector. I remember the first day you announced to Nigerians about the death of the embassy. From then till now, we will admit that Nigerians are not looking at the NDC the same way they were looking at it that same day. It's been a trajectory that is moving so fast. And from the comments you have been making, it's very clear that the leadership have done their homework and know the problems affecting other parties. But when you have been speaking, you have been talking about building a party for the future.
Yeah.
Building a party for the future. A few days ago, when that press statement came out, when the NDC said, first talked about the party is supreme, that the NDC is going to maintain a position that the party is supreme. That conversation came out that can the NDC really achieve it, knowing the character of Nigerian politicians?
Yeah.
Can the party insist on this? Now, we know if you go back to the different republics, when we talk about AWO, we talk about free education and the rest, and since the NDC is already in the mix now, the elections are already upon us. Before we know anything, we'll be talking about the eve of the 2027 general elections. Has the party really come out, or how soon are we going to see that document? I don't know if it's the same document you are talking about, so that when Nigerians talk about the NDC, they are not just thinking about your face, knowing that you're a principled person. Nigerians are aligning with either, oh, this is a party that is going to push youth employment, or this is a party that free education is at its core of its program. Because we've had in the past, the APC spent 3 years building a manifesto. If Muhammad Buhari came and became president and said, I was not part of that, I have my own trajectory where I want to go. And you have said that you want to, as a party, avoid that, so that the NDC will not just be a special purpose vehicle. Somebody enters and says, no, I am in charge. I am going to consolidate political power. This is where I want to go. Whether the party is going to the south, it's me, I'm going to the southwest.
Yeah.
So when are we going to see that document that Nigerians can align, so that they think of the NDC, they say, no, I am staying here because I know that this party is going to champion industrialization,
Yeah.
champion education, champion that.
Yeah. Look, we want to surprise you people with that document. A lot of work is going on. And it's not just done by the party leadership. The presidential candidates and running mates are all part of the drafting of. That's why I keep saying we don't have a problem. I don't see why all this. I'm surprised. Surprised. Because we are all working to fine-tune and finalize that. And once it is true, the party will present it as a document of the party. Which is why this issue of party supremacy, however uncomfortable some people may feel, is important for us. Not for the NDC, but for Nigerian democracy. And it should be like that across board. Country needs a strong party in government and a strong principal party in opposition, which is a sacrifice some of us are making. Sacrifice some of us are making and will continue to make. It's very easy going the other way. But we're making a major sacrifice. Major sacrifices are being made. We want to build a strong party in opposition and work hard to be party in government. So you will see that document very soon. On national security, which the APC government is playing with. On education, which our governments have abandoned. On health care. On women and youth inclusion. On federalism itself. Okay? On a lot of things, industrialization, job creation, housing, a lot of key things there. And when we are ready, after this process, it's just that since we started, it's been from one tight program to the other, tight program, all existential. And we are happy that Mr. Chairman and his team, under my guidance, we've been able to meet up all of this and we are keeping afloat. Finally, I want to thank all of you, and through you, all Nigerians. A lot of this talk and allegations, and so on, they have no basis. But we can understand the frustration, we can understand the anger, we can understand that the exercise, particularly the primary, this direct primary promotion for a new party that has this rush of enthusiasm, where a lot of young, active people want to run on that platform. 10, 15 in every constituency. A major situation we have managed quite well, but the process has not been perfect. I want to appeal to all aspirants to show understanding and cooperate with the party. Stay in the party. You are now stakeholders in the party. Financial members even of the party. And you will continue to be valuable members of our party and be involved in a lot of party activities moving forward. I will thank you for finding time to be with us, and we count on you people to correct the wrong narratives. And for some of us who have been in the public domain, where's my friend Sheung? He knows me. I'm not somebody will walk up. Even to talk of when they will be scared. You know, in my practice, people only drink water and something, and I don't even drink. You know, but people come into my bed and say, we want to give it, they can't try it. No one has tried it. So if we don't take monies from presidential aspirants, and is it from people struggling to buy form that will, nobody does that. But people can say things to the marketers. And to all genuine members of the NDC, please, stop the blame game. There's no prize for that. And concentrate, work with us to achieve reconciliation. Work with us on the campaigns so that we can send the APC packing. That is where the target should be, not self-immolation. Thank you and God bless you all.
Thank you, Excellency. It's